Hey guys, and welcome to yet another conversation centered around the Metropolitan Collective Shapers. I am your girl, Miss P, and I'm sure you've seen or heard about the Metropolitan Collective Shapers, which was launched on the 30th of September 2021. Today, we speak to the team driving this inspiring project. Metropolitan Collective Shapers. It has a nice ring to it. Tell me more about it.
We have specifically spent time understanding what the economic drivers of various communities that we operate in are, and are really trying to create an ecosystem in which the youth within those communities can become a lot more economically active, because we know right now that youth unemployment is one of the biggest scourges that we are struggling with as South Africans. So as Metropolitan, we're really excited to be embarking on a campaign that's going to allow us to really help tackle this issue and create opportunity for youth in South Africa to either find employment or to start their own businesses, but ultimately to become economically active South African citizens.
So for me, Collective Shapers, I think it's such a fantastic initiative. It really excites me. And one of the things that excites me is its alignment to the overall group CSI mandate in igniting economic growth for young people.
So the idea with this asset called the Collective Shapers is because we felt we needed to take an idea to our community where we will galvanize people to shape together, to work on stuff together. And we learned and did our research and realized that there were opportunities to start by entrepreneurs in the farming space or in the agribusiness. And we're inviting them to collectively work on shaping more progress in their farming initiatives and ventures.
So it's just been under a month after launching this whole initiative. So how has the response been, around the whole initiative?
The response has been phenomenal, both in terms of the stakeholders that we have engaged, whether it be employees or senior people in government or actual potential participants themselves. We had over 300 people applying to become a Metropolitan Collective Shaper participant, which for me talks to how much this concept has been embraced by the community. And we're looking forward to further active engagement, not just from the participants, but from the people in Polokwane that are interested in seeing this program succeed.
When we did our media launch in Polokwane, we did a few media interviews. And already just after those interviews, we had several people applying. We had a gentleman who called applicant number 1. He physically drove to the radio station and said, listen, I'm signing up. Where do I sign up? I'm interested. I have land. I've been farming. I'm farming these things and those things. And all I need is somebody to help me take my farm to the next level. We also had a farmer, an established farmer who farms tomato, who upon hearing the radio interview all in the same day, drove to the radio station and said, I'm providing my farm, I'm raising my hand. If you guys have candidates who are interested in tomato farming, or you want me to talk to them and mentor them in any way, count me in, I will gladly support. So the response from day one has been incredible.
How do you think the Metropolitan Collective Shapers initiative will benefit agriculture in Polokwane and in South Africa as a whole?
We as a country don't use agriculture to its full potential. It can be a very good income earner for us. It can create much more jobs within the country. And I think it's a stroke of genius from Metropolitan to focus resources where the most jobs can be created.
Well, it's very interesting. Last year, agriculture had a 13.1% growth rate, which was by far the highest in the economy. Clearly agriculture is an essential industry in the food and fiber value chains. And, it's so diverse. There's 36 commodities in the agricultural sector, of which we export about 45%. So it's a really exciting industry, creating lots of jobs for lots of people.
We went into Polokwane to try and really find out what the key economic drivers in that space were, or in that area were. And we found that agriculture is a sector that many of the Polokwane consumers, and in particular households, are already involved in. In activating that economy, we actually activate the sector that is already seen to add the most value.
Why is it important for companies to be part of social impact initiatives?
Our purpose is to enable the aspirations of individuals and communities. So already from our purpose, you can tell that social impact is a huge component of that purpose. A responsible business is essentially one that benefits society as well as contributes towards the upliftment of its communities. And I believe as Momentum Metropolitan Holdings, we recognize that we cannot be a thriving business in a society that is not thriving if our communities are still characterized by poverty, high unemployment rate, crime. How are we expected as a business to thrive under such conditions? So now more than ever, I believe that social agendas should be prioritized. And that's why I'm so excited that Metropolitan came up with this fantastic initiative, social impact initiative.
So what lasting impact would you want to see Metropolitan Collective Shapers leave?
I'm hoping to see entrepreneurs that's willing to take the world on. It's taking these learners and agripreneurs out of their context, show them what's possible, give them some of the skills that will help them take a step closer to that, and basically fire up the rural economies in that way.
So what I want to see happening with the Collective Shapers is that we have young people who are running successful farming businesses, being able to create jobs and contributing towards the socio-economic development of their communities. Young people who are able to hire other young people into farming jobs.
If a person is confident to soldier on, to imagine, to dream, to sell, to grow, to employ more people on because of what Metropolitan has done, we would feel that we've been successful.
You were part of the selection panel, right? What stood out for you in the process?
We found that a lot of the people that applied to the program had the qualifications and were somewhat already involved in agriculture.
There was a lot of young people, of course, who applied, but it was young people with postgraduate degrees in agriculture, in animal production, in agricultural economics. So you can tell that it's already young people who are passionate about the space, who are knowledgeable about the space. And these are individuals who are already farming or starting towards becoming farmers, So for me, just looking at that, it was very, very impressive. I found that to be quite impressive.
So what are you hoping to see from the chosen 20 shapers?
We want to see people that are hugely committed to the cause. We want to see people that are not just in it for themselves, but people that are in it to grow other individuals within the community and people that are truly interested in giving back to those communities.
I hope that people get something for themselves as people, but also they get something for themselves as entrepreneurs, and that they can take both what they gain personally in their personal lives and as entrepreneurs into their collective, into their communities, into their networks, so that those who, because we could only take 20, we hope that the 20 can go and influence positively, deeper than what the Metropolitan Collective Shapers program can. Just by being a part of the Collective Shapers, it means that you are already a person who is doing something with their lives and wants to shape a positive future.
What message do you have for youth like me in South Africa?
Hard work pays, commitment pays, dedication pays. So sticking to your cause, knowing exactly what you want to do and being absolutely and completely committed to it is what's going to get you to where you need to go.
Thank you so much for joining us today. And I think it's been really exciting to hear your perspective around this initiative. Don't forget to follow Metropolitan on all its social media platforms. That's Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. #Metropolitan, #Collective Shapers, #Together We Can. Metropolitan Collective Shapers. Together, we can shape the future of our community economies.